Well, hello there. It's Pastor Brian, and it's time for story time again. And I picked a kind of fun book today to read, and I kind of like the title. It's called Brian the Brave. Makes me feel like I'm in a story, maybe. So we'll see if there's any similarities. But this is a book that is written by Paul Stewart and Jane Porter. You can see their names right there. Look at that. Looks like a big sheep. Brian the Brave. Oh. And here's something fun. You can see all the friends that are going to be joining the story too. We'll get to meet them later. One sunny afternoon, Brian was nibbling grass and minding his own business when... Wonder what's going to happen. When... Along came another sheep. "Hello," the sheep said. "My name is Rose." "Hello," said Brian. "Let's be friends." "All right," said Rose. And they chased each other round and round the field and over the little hill until... You see them playing and jumping? Chasing each other? Wonder what's going to happen. Until... Along came another sheep. "Hello," the sheep said. "My name is Stanley." "Hello," said Brian. "Let's be friends." But Stanley said, "I only like sheep with black wool. Plain white wool is ugly. I'm just going to play with Rose." So Stanley and Rose chased each other round and round the field and over the little hill. That made Brian feel very sad. Yeah. I wonder how you would feel if you wanted to make a new friend and they said, "No, I don't play with certain friends, with certain people." Along came another sheep, and another. "Hello," the sheep said together. "We're Tracy and Frank." "Hello," said Brian. "Let's all be friends." But Tracy and Frank said, "We only like sheep with curly horns. Sheep without horns are ugly." Well, Brian had curly horns, so he was all right, and so did Rose. But Stanley didn't. So the other sheep chased each other round and round the field and over the little hill, and that made Stanley feel very sad. Oh. You see, they meet their new friends, but then there's Stanley right here. He looks sad, doesn't he? Let's see if I can... Yeah. Along came another sheep, and another, and another. "Hello," they said. "We're Cassidy, Ernest, and Lou." "Hello," said Brian. "Let's all be friends." But Cassidy, Ernest, and Lou said, "We don't like sheep with plain white wool, or boring black wool. We don't like sheep with curly horns. We only like..." But Brian had had enough. "Stop! We should all play together," he told them, "because we are all still sheep." See, there's the three new friends. And there's Brian. You can tell that he got upset. He had enough. Just enough of all that nonsense. The sheep were quiet. They looked around. Then they started talking to one another. "Boongalungabam," cheered Brian. Let's try that again. That's a fun word. Maybe it's bungalungabam, cheered Brian. "This is more like it." But then, so you can see, they're all talking. It looks like some of them are smiling and having fun. Oh boy, but then Rose gave Brian a look. "Bunga what?" she asked. "That's not a word," cried Tracy and Frank. "You talk funny," said Cassidy, Ernest, and Lou. "Let's go, everyone," said Stanley, who should have known better. And off they all went to chase each other round and round the field and over the little hill, without Brian. There's Stanley saying, "Let's go." And there's Brian. Kind of surprised, right? Like, what? What is happening here? That made Brian very, very, very sad. He walked away. He looked at his white wool. He looked at his curly horns. What's wrong with Bungalunga Bam? He wondered. I'm going to show you that picture. You can see how sad Brian is, looking at his reflection in the pond. Then he walked across the field, up a big hill, and into a forest where he bumped into a... What is he bumping into? Okay, the hill. What did he bump into? Wolf! Bah! Oh my gosh, that is scary for a sheep, to bump into a wolf. That is a mean-looking wolf, and big too. My goodness. Yikes. Brian ran out of the forest, down the hill, across the field, and past the lake, and had to warn the others, and all the while he's yelling, "Wolf! Wolf! Wolf!" But he was too late. The sheep ran this way. The sheep ran that way. The wolf ran after them. Things were looking bad until... See that? Brian running all over, trying to warn people. There are the other sheep. There's the wolf chasing after them. So things were looking bad until Brian shouted, "Sheep, friends, we can beat this wolf together." Look at that. Looks like they might be able to beat that wolf. I like that. We can beat this wolf together. Attack! Black sheep, bump. Spotted sheep, jump. Curly horns, ram. No horns, slam. And the wolf ran away and was never seen again. Boy, they did a number on that wolf. Look at that. So much happening. Hooray! Cheered the sheep. We did it together. Bungalunga Bam! Brian said, "Just a minute. Some of you say bah. Some of you say meh. One of you says bah caramba. All of us now say Bungalunga Bam. And we know." Wonder what's going to happen next. You see all that? All the celebrating, cheering? And we know that's just fine. See that? They know it's just fine. And the sheep chased each other round and round the field and over the little hill until it was time to sleep. Chasing each other, jumping. Sun is going down too. You can see the sun setting. The end. That is called Brian the Brave. Oh, and there's a special message right on the back of the book. Courage comes in all shape and sizes. That's cute. I wonder if you have had an opportunity, or if there was a time where you had to be brave and courageous. And remember, having courage doesn't mean you're not scared anymore. It just means you're willing to do the right thing, even though it's scary. So Brian, that's what he did. Brian shared his bravery, and he was courageous, even when he was a little scared and sad. All right, friends. I'm glad you got to share the story with me and me with you, and so I look forward to the next time I get to read a story to you. Bye.